Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make the Hong Kong style Borscht. 喺香港我哋叫羅宋湯 and I will try to add some extra step to show you how to make that. The final product is going to be look like this awesome soup. You will taste some of the Tabasco sauce when you drinking it. Today is going to be very busy. The dish is going to be cooked like around 3 to 4 hours. After that, you have to wait for overnight to taste your product. Let's go over some of the ingredients. Is a lot. We're going to probably put it in the recipe. The first main ingredient is the beef shank. I'm going to use two types. This is banana, and another is called leaf shank. Got it from a Chinese market. Another ingredient that I'm going to use is the beef bone that I got it from the Vietnamese for noodle place. A lot of vegetable that we're going to cover. We're going to have 6 tomato and probably around 2 potato. We need a lemon, going to be a cabbage, some celery, green pepper. There's homegrown green pepper, small, and beet, red or orange pepper is sweet pepper, and onion, ginger for cooking beef. The bone part is already done by the Vietnamese restaurant, so I don't have to worry about it. We just put it in the pot. First, we have to clean the leaf shank and make sure that no more blood. And this is the main reason I washed it like 5 times already. Still have a little bit of bloody come out, it's fine. Okay, so make sure it's not deep color. You just have to put it into cold water. It's not hot water, cold water. 3 slices of ginger and put it into the cold water with the beef. Get some white rice wine. You can get any type. Just put like 1 tablespoon or into the beef. Turn on the heat and let it cook, and the impurity will come out. Make sure don't cover up the lid, okay? Make sure let it boil. For the organic vegetable, most of the time I don't have to peel it. What I do is I take the aluminum foil under the running water and just scrub it, and to take the mud or dirt out. You pretty much doesn't have to take the skin away because they have a lot of nutrition at the skin part. You can rinse it one more time and take it out and put it aside. That's how I clean most of my organic vegetable. Celery, okay? Make sure that when you take it out, make sure you break it in half and get the middle part out. This has to come out. You don't want to stuck in between your teeth. Just take a piece and break in half, and then take all this middle part out. And same thing at the side too, okay? This is my carrot that I grow in my container. And I'm going to cut it and put it in the soup too. And this part, don't fall away. This part is really nutrition, and why it's really tastes really good to make the soup. So we will save this part. Same thing with the carrot. Take the aluminum foil and just rub it, and you will get all the dirt out. Next step, we have to clean this banana shank. Put some water in here and let it soak for 5 minutes. And to see if any blood will come out. Completely dry it, because we're going to put a layer of flour and pepper and a little bit salt and pan fry this. So it's very important to let the blood to come out. Let's come over here back to my beef, the leaf shank. See all this white bubble? This is impurity. So we want to get rid of that. When we put the beef back to the main pot, the ingredient will taste better. If with this impurity, the taste of the soup is not going to be that great. You can take it out or wait until we're going to fold the whole pot away. So we can just leave it like that. If too much, you want to, take it out. Keep an eye, and if this is too much heat, you want to lower it down to medium, but not low. It's medium to let it boil for a couple minutes. Okay, let's come back here, and now we're going to cut some of the vegetable. The pepper first. We are going to take the middle of the seed out, go around inside, cut off the main stem. You can say stem, and then you will pull it out. See, this inside is empty. Cut it into half. If you want, you can cut off this white piece. When you cut it, don't cut it too small. If you cut it too small, they disappear. Big piece is you want to cut it in irregular angle. Okay, you don't want in the standard square or rectangular. Potato. So we're not going to take the skin out. We know the skin is really good for the body. Oh, we need a pot of salt water because the potato will oxidize. Have some salt and then put some water. After you cut your potato, you want to put it in there. Slide it like this way, then you have a big piece. You don't want it too small, okay? Let's cut my homegrown carrot. This is a yellow can. You can just break off this inside pieces, and same thing, you cut in a big piece, okay? You don't want to cut it too small, diagonal, so you will have a bigger chunk. Sometimes you want straight, sometimes you want diagonal. See, you want some irregular shape. Let me show you another technique. This one is more like a stick, and roll it back. Up to you. You can roll forward and backward, but you cut it. This is called rolling technique. So you will have bigger piece. For celery, we have to take all this part out, whole bunch together. Same thing, diagonal, and cut it. A bigger piece. Now, this beet. We have to be super careful. We want to take care of this at the end because they will stain everywhere. We have to cut onion now. This, we have to stir fry that first. Okay, so we just cut this, a big piece, and cut this. And then finally the end, okay? And leave this in one side. For the garlic, we're going to cut the outer skin. If you see the green part come out, make sure you cut it open and make sure take out the middle. You don't want that, cut it small because we're going to stir fry this with tomato paste. Cut it very small and put it next to the onion. Garlic and onion go together always. Okay, cut off this part, cut this into half, and cut half of this. We will cook this with all the vegetable, but this we'll wait until tomorrow. Next day, then we'll put it for cooking. The skin part is organic, so you don't have to take out the skin. Just cut it open in half. The seed, you don't have to worry. We want all the seed. Big piece, and put it into one side. The next is we're going to take care of the beet. Same thing, we're going to have the diagonal cut, big piece, okay? And if you want, you can just cut it in the middle too. Do you remember this beef banana shrink as all the blood come out? We just have to drain it and to wash it a couple more times and use a paper towel to dry it. Do you remember this part? Okay, it's cooled down already. Fold it out and wash it again. You want all the impurity to wash it away. It's not completely cooked yet. You still see a lot of blood come out. but we're going to cook it in a big pot. We're going to cut it into a piece and then put it in a pot. Same thing, make sure you have it, dry everything, especially if you take care of seafood. You have to definitely want to make sure that everything has to be dry. Now, let's get a big knife and we're going to cut this into a big piece. After 4 hour cooking, they still have meat around into a big square. See, it's not done yet. So cut it into a piece like this big, like 1 inch by 1 inch. So we have the banana shank. It's different from the piece that I cut off. This piece is just cut into a 1 by 1 inch, okay? And we will just put it into the pot. But this, we're going to bring flavor out of this beef. What I'm going to do is same thing, cut 1 by 1, size, and then pan fry it with pepper and some flour, and pan fry it and make it the fragrance out, and the beef flavor will come out from here. When you open it up, you will see a lot of tendon inside. Don't worry, okay? You just cut it, try to cut it in the same thing, 1 by 1 inch. Let me cut one example and show it to you. Like this, like maybe 1.5 to 1.5, okay? Big piece. And we're going to pan fry that. Right now we have to kind of like marinate the beef that I cut off that I haven't boiled. And this one is a banana shank, and we just put some black pepper around it. Up to you. It doesn't has to be up to each individual the taste. And then I put some all-purpose flour, just slightly on the top. It's organic all-purpose flour, and put a little bit more. I like pepper. Stir around it to slightly, coat all the beef with pepper and flour. And then what we're going to do is we're going to heat up the pot very hot, and we put some butter inside. Actually, it's not too hot because the butter will turn brown. We don't want that. We just want to make it all the butter melt, and then we put the beef to pan fry it. Turn on the heat and put some butter, like 1/2 inch to 1 inch. The butter is melted, and we just go ahead and put this in. Try to evenly put it in the bottom and don't touch it. Just wait for a couple of minutes and then you turn it over. The meat for the beef, always don't keep turning. After like 2 minutes, you can tell that the beef is already start browning one side. We just use and to flip it over to the other side. It's after 2 minutes on the other side. It's brown, so I just take it out. I have another piece that I saved without cutting in small pieces, 1 by 1, and I'm going to pan fry that big piece. So hopefully the juice will bring the flavor of the soup. And I have to add more butter to make it to pan fry this. Make sure don't move, just let it burn for 1 or 2 minutes, and then after 2 minutes, then you flip over to another side. Don't keep flipping and turning. After 2 to 3 minutes, I turn it, flip it over to another side now, and look at the beef is ready to take it out. You don't want to overcook, you just want to burn, and then ready for the vegetable. The next step will be very fast. Okay, I turn down the heat to low, and then we put some more butter into it. And then the next thing is make sure it's in low temperature, okay? Next thing is we put the garlic into it. And stir fry around 30 seconds. You don't want to burn the garlic, all right? So next thing is the very important part is put the tomato paste. I'm going to add the whole roll of tomatoes paste, like around 4 tablespoons. Hopefully they have 4 tablespoons. This is get all the tomato paste out from the tube. If you have a can, you can put 4 tablespoons. I'm going to cook a lot of meat, so that's why I put more. You have some tomato paste and cook with the garlic, and this step is very important to bring the fragrance out of the soup. After like 1 minute stir fry, we pour in the onion. And keep stirring. After you add the onion, you make sure all the tomato paste is covered up with the onion covered up with the tomato paste. And now the next is put all the vegetable into the pot, except the cabbage. Okay, so all the beet, all the tomato. Make sure drain the salt water out and have some rinse it with some water. Okay, pour into the pot. Everything in except cabbage, and stir together. Everything has to stir together. Okay, now you can turn the heat up high, and then wait until the tomato juice come out. Then we will pour in some water. We just cook it in high heat for about 5 minutes. And then the tomato starts soften. Okay, the juice is coming out now. When you see this moment, see right here, you will see the juice coming out. When you see this moment, you put like half bottle of ketchup. Okay, and I pick up the organic tomato ketchup and try to put half cup. And keep stirring. All the vegetable covered with ketchup. Now, after you add ketchup, the next thing you're going to add is 4 slices of a bay leaf. But since I have a big bowl, so I put like my bay leaf is not that big, so I put 8 piece of the bay leaf. You can smell all the vegetable cooked with the ketchup. Okay, if you think it's not enough, because I have a big pot, so probably you can put a little bit more ketchup. The next step is add all the meat into the pot. And even the one that just boiled, we put in the pot. I'm going to add some water. You can have boiling water or cold water, it doesn't matter. So I will just add all the water in the big pot and make sure and the water is cover up everything. Okay, and I have some beef stock also, and I get it from a supermarket, and I can just pour in and cover up. Just barely cover up, okay? Next thing is to add the cabbage. It's only half of the cabbage, and we want to leave half for tomorrow to add it. So we just put the whole thing in. You don't have to loosen. You just put the whole half of the cabbage in. I'm pouring some more water to make sure it's cover up the top part of the meat. Okay, and then we'll boil that for 2.5 hours, so the water level will drop. But once we start cooking for half hour, don't add any more water. You can add it now, but no more. After we add the water and the high heat and the soup is boiling right now. And you want to keep this boiling level for 20 minutes. Let all the flavor to cook it together. And then we'll turn it off, not off, turn it low, reload for another hour and a half to 2 hours. Make sure don't cover the lid, okay? Just let it boil for 20 minutes. Do remember the bone? I'm going to put it into the pot right now with the rest of the stuff. Now, the main thing is turn the heat down to real low, and then slowly drop the bone into the bottom, but it's going to be stick to the bottom. It have to be like stir every 15 minutes. Don't just leave it and go away. Okay, now slowly drop it in. And take a look at that. And try to push the bone at the bottom and stir it in and let it boil. What happens if the bone is cold? Drop it in, the water is not boiling. So we have to turn the heat up again, but you have to watch, make sure don't burn the bottom. Go ahead and add the heat to high and let the pot of soup and boil again. See, right here? See, it's boiling again. Make sure you just every 15 minutes come back and flip it, upside down. Everything is stirred. The pot is boiling. I turn the heat down to real low, to real super low, and you will see just a tiny bubble come out. Okay, after you see the tiny bubble come out, then you cover up the lid for around 1.5 hours. The 1.5 hours, every 15 minutes, you come back and stir. Make sure don't let anything brown up. And now we have to stir it again, and let's turn the heat to high. And what we're going to do is to squeeze the lemon juice. Squeeze 1 lemon juice. Okay, after we squeeze it, and we turn the heat down low and continue cook 15 minutes. Now, the last step, add the Tabasco sauce to it. We have to put in like at least half bottle of this Tabasco sauce. You just keep adding. Okay, pretty much half bottle. Okay, after we cover up the lid and we turn off the heat and let it rest at least 12 hours. The best is 24 hours. So then we will start it again, and we put some cabbage to it, and then we can serve to the guests. Hi everyone, welcome back. It's 24 hours later. Let's see the Borscht soup and to see how is that. And today what we have to do is we're going to put, do you remember we saved half of the cabbage, and today I just only put another quarter of cabbage into the soup and to make it crunchy, because yesterday all the vegetable that we cooked is soft now. It does, when we serve to the guests, it doesn't taste good. So we want some crunchy, and so that's why today I'm going to add 1/4 of the cabbage, depending on how much you want, and I just put it in and drop it in slowly. Don't fold it in, and let it cook for like 5 minutes, and then you can serve to the guests. And you can see all our beef shank is already cooked, well done, and even the bone is already, dissolved into the soup. It really tastes good. Oh, do you remember yesterday I told you about my garden, and we have some carrot, the top part of the leaf. I dump it in. I will take it out and put it in a trash can or you can just leave it in. Some people would like to eat it, but for our family, we don't eat it. We just throw it away. Now, let me taste this wonderful soup, the Borscht in Hong Kong style. This is like endless aftertaste. It's wonderful. It's just like I'm back into my childhood when my mom make it. Thank you for watching my video. Have a wonderful day.